and welcome back to another exciting day in the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2951, an in-game Star Citizen event, and also it is technically speaking Star Citizen's anniversary sale, where we started off with anniversary sale and then we move on to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, which is an in-game event, right? Alright, so before we begin, it is Crusader Industry and Tumbril system for today, and we have some juicy good news for you. And not say just news, but a lot of good stuff for the Crusader Industries. And of course, we want you to save money, or rather I want you to save money if you want to buy big ships. So before we begin, like, subscribe, hit the notification button and help this channel grow. And let's move on to the first and foremost, a quick PSA for you guys out there. And for new players, you can play Star Citizen for free. All you need to do is create an RSI account with a referral code, preferably mine. Reason is, if you decide to pledge the game before December 1st, right? It has to be in the month of November, which is about 6 more days left. I think it is enough time for you to decide whether if you want to buy or not. And the best part is, if you decide to pledge, and especially you have a referral code, hopefully it's mine, you will have an Argo. That doesn't sound right. Well, you will get an Argo MPUVC with lifetime insurance for free. It is a referral bonus for you and me. Well, for me, I only can earn one if there's, let's say, there's more than one referee, or rather referee that pledge. But for you, you will definitely get one, right? Definitely get one. I won't get a lot, I'll probably just get one, and that's about it. And then if you do use my referral code, and you know what, I'm going to give you a shout out in the video, or in the coming videos for Star Citizen, so that's one thing good. And the best part about Star Citizen is, because it's a free fly, you get to check every other ships in the game, and then if you feel like pledging for one, we have discounted starter pack for you with Mustang IAE 2951 starter pack for $40.50, the cheapest one so far, or the Nomad IAE 2951 starter pack for $76. Now, before we start saying which is the best pack, personally speaking, the cheapest pack always win, because easier. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't come out right. Right? The easiest part is you don't want to spend too much money on a game that you have not played for long, or in this case, you want to pledge the minimum amount to play a game. That's all I want you to do. Right? When I say want you to do, that's why we are here. That's why my channel is here. It's to save. Right? And of course, we're going to break down the Mustang starter pack and the Nomad starter pack when Consolidated Outland Day is up, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. And we're going to have a big breakdown on these two ships and which ship should you get. But still, default, Mustang, right? I know Mustang is a fighter. Well, it's a fighter. So a lot of issue with Mustang for, well, if you consider it as a starter ship per se. And we're going to do a breakdown on why Mustang is a good ship to pick and why Mustang is a horrible ship to pick. But right now we only have one ship to pick for a discounted starter pack, so yeah, can't do much. Alright, let's move on to the main event, or the main ship sale, which is Crusader Industry first. And well, Crusader Industry has some very good ships. And of course, we have the newly flight-ready Crusader Ares line, which is fantastic. And before that, we're going to open up a new tab first, because we're going to load. This is actually a new flight-ready ship. So when it's a new flight-ready ship or new concept ship, there is a special page, right? And IAE 2951 has right now in total 3? Wow, there's two ships definitely up. No, 3. 1 vehicle and 2 ships, which is fantastic. Alright, so before we go to that, let's move to the big guy, the bomber for Star Citizen, the A2 Hercules, $750. Now this thing, it's overkill. In my opinion, it's overkill all around. And if you want to really spend $750, you know what? There are better ships out there, right? If you are down to $750, there are better ships. Now, the only saving grace about the A2 Hercules, it's a bomber. That means it's a very strong ship against ground units or ground vehicles. And the best part is, it has a warborn, well, I can say warborn, well, because it's newly introduced in 3.15, so it has a war bond, which is great, 675. Now that's a good deal because you save up to $75, which is fantastic. And then of course we have a special upgrade offer as well if you have existing ship and you want to upgrade to A2 Hercules. And then the A2, I'm going to call it A2. It is actually a very strong flying fortress, right? It's actually the best flying fortress bar none if you're going to use for ground operations, and it's fantastic. Love this ship, but $750, there are better options, easy. Moving on to the flagship, the golden boy for the Crusader Industry is the newly introduced Ares, the Ares lineup, $250, great. We have the Inferno. If it's the Ares Inferno, it's basically ballistic. And then we have the Ares Ion, which is energy, aka laser. And look at that, we have also some special upgrade offer. $250, this is actually a very, if I'm not mistaken, right now PvE, this ship is actually very, very strong, almost overpowered. And if I were to pick between the Ares versus, well, with $250, the next best contender is the Enlist Vanguard series. Actually, the Ares is very good. You know what? I'm not going to lie, it's actually very, very good. Consider the size. The only downside is it is not so nimble, so if you get caught with some agile ships or small light fighter ships, you're probably going to be dead. But if you're going to play PvE, right, bounty hunting and whatnot, most likely you won't get caught with small ships other than the first few missions, which is the M50, Origin M50, but that one, we'll talk about that later. So we have some special sale, so war bond, $220. Now this is literally, you know what, no brainer, get the war bond, $220, fantastic. And of course we have a special upgrade offer, so people who are around the fence who want to upgrade to a more beefier ship or more expensive ship, the Ares Ion, it's a no-brainer, either the Ion or the Inferno, straight up, no-brainer. And we're going to talk a little bit about how to CCU to more expensive ship and how much would you potentially save, and I think that's a great deal. Okay, moving on to the C2 Hercules. Now this guy, $400. Yes, it is a lot of money, but arguably speaking, right now this is the biggest cargo hauling ship in the game right now. There are better and bigger ones coming soon, but right now the C2 Hercules is flight ready. It has size 4 pilot weapons, and it can carry a buttload of cargo. And not just that, it also can carry 2 tanks, right? 2 tanks, which we're going to talk about that later. So C2 Hercules, if you're going to do cargo hauling, I think it's great. If you're going to do a lot of ground operation, fantastic ship to have. $400, a little bit pricey, but I think it's okay. Not the best, but okay. And of course, we have the Genesis Starliner, $400. Is it a good ship right now? This is an in-production / concept ship. This is technically speaking the Boeing 747 or the Airbus, whatever model you want to put. I've forgotten. Was it A35? 350 or 480? It's the biggest. I totally forgotten. But anyway, Genesis Starliner is basically a transportation ship for people, right? If you want to do mass transportation, all right, or flying a Boeing 747, the old, yeah, Genesis is the one to pick. $400. Right now, we don't have an in-game mechanic that says transport people from A to B, so a little bit, I don't know yet. But because it's in production, $400, this ship will increase in price when it's flight ready. So for future sake, if you want to upgrade any ships more than $400, it might be a good CCU to pick up. And of course, we have the M2 Hercules, $520. Now we have a special warbond offer as well, and let's check it out. All right, $520. Of course, we have a special upgrade offer, and the special upgrade offer is $480, if I'm not mistaken. There we go, $480. So this ship, it's a bit, I would say, a odd ship in between the C2 and the A2, because it carry less cargo than a C2, but it's less armed than an A2. Price tag of $520. Yes, it is way cheaper than an A2, but the firepower that is added from from a C2 to an M2 is, in my opinion, not that significant. Probably a little bit more heavier armor, but 520. You know what? I would say skip. There are better ships out there. For me, it's either you go for the C2 or the A2. Right? Go for the cheapest or go all out. You don't play in betweens. It is tough. It is tough. Or because I can't. I can't recommend this ship because it's just $120 more. You could have packed up better stuff. Right. Moving on to another golden poster child for the Mercury, not the Mercury Star Runner, but for Crusader Industry is the Mercury Star Runner. It was, and I think it still is, a community favorite. It's technically the updated, or rather, this guy has been promoted to the Millennium Falcon 4-star citizen. It has everything. It does smuggling, data running, it goes fast, it has 2 turrets, one top, one bottom, mimic the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. $260 is actually not bad. It also can carry cargo, and can carry a Cyclone or a Grey Cat Rock. So in a way, this is, technically speaking, a jack of all trades ship with a data running / smuggling component or smuggling feature. So in this case, $260, I think it's a good ship. It is a very, very good ship because the next best contender is actually the Constellation Andromeda, which is cheaper, $240. It has way more weapons, but it doesn't have data smuggling, right? Or rather data running and smuggling compartment. So in a way, $20 for data running, okay, that's fair, but at the same time you lose out a lot of firepower. So it's tough, right? It's a tough choice for me to recommend the Mercury Star Runner for the average player out there, or average casual players, right? To the solo. Well, it's not solo pilotable because the solo pilot weapons are just rubbish compared to the Constellation Andromeda. That's why Andromeda still wins in terms of solo ability. Solo ability. So yeah, you know what? It's still nice. It's still a good ship. $260. You know what? I have better options. And that's it. That's all we have for the Crusader Industry. Of course, we have the AM2 Hercules with 10-year insurance, right? Fantastic. Of course, we have some more shorts for weekly guide. Great. And then we have some special offers with some mouse pad. Very nice. Very, very nice. Most likely I won't get it. I would rather get the hoodie. And let's move on to the Tumbril land system and see what do we have. And Tumbril land system, very straightforward. It is mainly, or if not all, ground vehicles. And the best part about that, we have the Cyclone for $55. Basically, it's a Warthog. If you played Halo, it's exactly the same. We have a lot of variation for the Cyclone. So we have the Cyclone Base, which is $55. We have the Cyclone AA, which is anti-aircraft. We have the Cyclone MT, which is an assault. Basically, you get an extra turret and 2 missiles. We have a Cyclone RC, which is racing, right? Extra $10 for racing. We need to figure out what's happening there. We have the Cyclone RN, another recon. Now, this is a proper recon because it has technically speaking, a radar dish. And then we have the Cyclone TR, which is combat, which is a single pew-pew. So, yeah, that's it. That's all for Cyclone. All right, so before we go to the Nova, now which Cyclone should you pick if you really want? Personally speaking, all land vehicles should be purchased. Should be purchased in-game with in-game cash because it's just not worth paying a lot of money for ground vehicles, personally speaking. Yeah, personally speaking. But if you really want to pick a Cyclone in the game, right, TR is technically not good anymore because it gets just kicked off by the MT. The MT is way better, right? 4 missiles and a much beefier gun. And if you want to buy a Cyclone, normally I would recommend the base Cyclone. AA is great, right? It's great, $80, but there are better options for an anti-air aircraft, right? This is, it's tough. It just gets outshined by another. Just got outshined. Alright, okay, you want the normal Cyclone and then the TR because right now we don't have the, RC, the RN. Right now we don't have much scanning involved, so tough. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. right? It's a no-brainer, just get the base or the RC or the MT in-game, right? That's all. That is all for the Cyclone series or Cyclone variants. And then moving on to one of my favorite is the Nova Tank. Now $120, yes, this guy is overkill. Alright, it is expensive, it is overkill, but considered with other vehicles in-game, right? Looking at the Anvil Ballista, this is a better pick, right? Anvil Ballista is $140. Ugh, painful, expensive. Nova Tank is way better. It has a size 5, a bespoke size 5 size 5 cannon, if I'm not mistaken, and it's just great. And yeah, so before we go to the next one, so should you pick a Nova Tank? Well, if you're not a military organization, I would just say pass, right? It's an easy pass, because there's no civilian application for a tank right now, other than just looking and says, hey, I got a tank, $120. You could have picked something else way better, and that goes to the Ranger CV or the Ranger series, right? Starting at $35. Cool bike, yeah, you know what? I can recommend the Ranger series. So before we begin, we have Ranger CV, which is the cargo version. RC, of course, we have the racing version, and of course the TR got more pew. And if you realize, $40, $35, and $35. Again, all vehicles should be purchasable in-game because it is way cheap to buy in-game compared to its, well, dollar to AUEC counterpart. $40, get a ship, right? Get a ship, grind some UEC, get it in-game for vehicles. And sadly, we do not have any special sale for the vehicles. So I guess that's it. That's it. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. So yeah, I think that's all. That is all. Personally, yeah, A2 is a nice pick. Too expensive. The Inferno or the Ion right now is just way too good, right? Way too good when you're playing PvE, which we will gonna check out, right, in the next video, or I'm gonna have a follow-up video for this guy, right? C2 Hercules, very nice, cool. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have for you for today. Until then, like, subscribe, hit the notification button to help this channel grow, and until then, I will see you guys next time. Oh. Almost forgot. It is the CCU game. So before we actually truly end, now we have the Hercules. We have the M2 available for sale. Now, if we in theory crafting, we have the Ares as well. So we're gonna look at this in the next video, right? In the next video, we're gonna keep it a little bit cool. So first thing first is what we want to do is we want to pick a ship. Right, let's pick the A2, assumingly you want to buy the A2 at the end of the day. Right? So right now the A2 is awesome because if we go for upgrade now, or you can buy it for Warborn, personally I say upgrade first because upgrade is way better, because we can upgrade to $675, right? Instantly you save $75, hands down. And then the best part is you can actually upgrade from the M2, right? So M2 you pay, well, of course you pay the correct price, make sure you pick the correct one. See, there is a big difference, $155 extra or $230, right? So I will obviously pick the cheaper one, which is $155. And then once you got this CCU done, all you need to do is just grab another one, which is now from the M2. We want to work it backwards, right? Backwards sometimes works, forward sometimes also work. So we get 480, and what's the next best one? Either the Prowler or the 600i Explorer. I'm going to pick the Prowler because, you know what, sometimes I just want to fly cool vehicles. So I only pay $40 difference rather than paying the full $80. Save $40 straight away. So our discounted A2 right now is 75 plus 40, so it's 115. Right, we already saved $115. That's great. And of course, if you have picked some of my older previous day CCU, we have a lot of good CCUs along the way as well. So what's the next best thing that we can upgrade from the Prowler, for example? Because I saw one thing we can do it yesterday, a few days ago, is the Reclaimer. Right? The Reclaimer has a Warborn CCU, right, of $25. But let's say we missed it. right? Let's say we missed it. The next best recommendation is actually, where are you? Redeemer. Is the Redeemer, right? Of course, you pay a little bit more. That's totally fine. So why we pick the Redeemer right now is that the Redeemer is also available for cheap. Instead of paying 325, we only pay 275. That's $50 difference, right? That's a very, very good deal. And of course, for that, we have, all right, if you grab one of the ships that previously I've recommend, one of it is the, where are you? Scorpius, all right? Scorpius was a $15 discount in per se. And then if you picked up yesterday's alien ship, we have a $10 car to owl. And in fact, actually, if you picked up correctly, we have Scorpius, which we can link to the car to owl. So that's $25 extra, cheaper as well, which is fantastic. So let's say we pick Scorpius 55, if you don't pick 105. So instantly we saved $50. So we have saved $165 on the A2. Whoa, that's great. So instead of paying, okay, so $165, right? Remember that. Okay, let's say we don't have the Scorpius. Let's say I lose, I snooze, but we didn't technically lose because the next best CCU that we can pick up is the Spartan. Where are you, Spartan? There we go. Spartan. And the reason why we pick up Spartan is also available for cheap. And the best part about the Spartan is if you buy the ship, this is the only ground vehicle that I recommend, all right? So $15 difference, not difference, $15 discount, so 165, 175, 180. So we spend we have $180 discount. And the best about Spartan is instead of upgrading to, instead of pressing upgrade for Warborn, what we can do, we can buy the ship outright with Warborn. And that's fantastic because if we go to pledge store, okay, we don't want to see any about this. We go see standalone ships. I know this takes a little bit long, but I just want to put this up. Spartan Warborn limited time. And what do we have? We have lifetime insurance. And to me, you just save $180 out. And so instead of paying $750 for an A2, yeah, you just spend like, let's see, 175, 675, 750, 650, 600 minus 30, 570. So you're paying $570. That's the price. That's almost the price of an M2. And then if you pick up some of the CCU along the way, which is the previous days, which is sadly it's already over. So what we're going to do, we're going to look forward. So look forward for some of the CCU that's coming to you. And of course we can pick up already pick up the M2, right? We already pick up the M2, technically speaking. And yeah, we can pick up more CCU along the days. We have about 3 or 4 more days to go. 3 to 4 more manufacturers to go, and they might offer better CCU or CCU for you to pick up, and then you can crush down your A2 price to a very, very low price, maybe lower than 500. We never know, right? But there are possibility, and that we end our little video. Until then, I'll see you guys next time, and we're gonna check out the Crusader Ares. Until then, fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.